And welcome, everyone. This is the Dark Hours Radio podcast with Stephen Roberts and Tressa Graves. We're going to do a little podcast tonight, a little talking. So, hi, Tressa.
Hey, Stephen.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Me and Stephen Roberts again.
Uh-huh.
Imagine that.
Yep, it's been a while.
It has. It's pretty cool that I'm doing a show on my own podcast, huh?
Yeah. You got about everybody else doing one.
I don't do that very often, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like being on here with Stephen, and he asked me before the show, how long are we going? I said, well, it depends on how me and him go about chit-chatting here.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. We'll see. I do have to say that we are doing great on the podcast as far as views are concerned, because I moved it from YouTube, which, yeah, I won't say much about that.
Speaking of YouTube, I think I seen one of those videos in my history of Steven Island, and it had like 8 views after how many weeks? 3 weeks or something like that?
Yeah. And over on Facebook, we've got hundreds of views.
Yeah, I guess like 8 views an hour.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good over on the Dark Hours, and we're not even advertising yet. You know, so wait until we start advertising. Even Tom Sawyer, he's leading. I didn't tell you this, Stephen. I think you saw it though in the message that I sent you.
Yes, I did.
Tom Sawyer's leading.
Oh boy.
I know.
That ought to make him happy.
Wow.
That ought to make him happy.
Yeah, he was pretty happy. I talked to him a few minutes ago about his upcoming show and the Friday Fright Night and all that stuff. So, and as far as Friday Fright Night goes, I didn't really want to do it. One of my authors who's no longer with me suggested Friday Fright Night. And I'm like, but nobody's home on Friday, you know? So I was like, all right, well, let's try it out, see how it goes. And if anything, it's up and people can watch it later. But
you know what?
If we don't get the views that we want, we'll just change the day to maybe Sunday, Friday night or something.
Think about back in the 70s. Creature Feature came on Saturday nights. So did some of them other things.
Yeah. But we live in a different time, though, too.
Partiers are partiers. You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna do what they want, whether it's on Friday or Saturday or Tuesday.
Yep. So, I mean, we'll play it out and see how it works. That's why, you know, sometimes I switch the shows around, like Tom Sawyer. I think he was every Wednesday night or Thursday night, and I changed it to Monday because he's able to go on and interact with people. And, you know, so if I change things up, it's for the better. It's not because we're failing at something. It's just to make it better, you know? So this isn't a failed podcast or anything. We're just getting it back up, and I am so happy with the way it's going.
Well,
you know, it's awesome. And you know, with the mini series that I'm working on 3 of them, Stephen. I'm fixing to have my own IMDb up. I mean, you can see, my authors can see that things are really progressing. Things are really moving forward. You know, and I'm happy about that, which is why I wanted to come on here, because I had mentioned a while ago that I had a Twitch account. Well, I am going to move forward with my Twitch account. I don't know if I'm going to start gaming right away, you know, doing live stream gaming. When I do, it'll be games like BioShock. I'll do some of the older games. It'll be games like BioShock. So for all the gamers out there, it'll be games like BioShock, The Last of Us, Uncharted, maybe Dynasty Warriors, MOH and Killzone and stuff like that. I love the first-person shooters. So what I'm going to do is I've got my headset with my microphone. I've got all that stuff. I've got my background. I've got everything I need. So I just don't know what day I'm going to launch me doing live stream gaming. But a big thing about that is we're going to have the dark hours now over on Twitch. So I am so excited about that. Everything comes when it should. You know, it falls in to where it should, when it should, and that's what's happening with the dark hours now since things are picking up. We've got Steven Island doing Captain Creepy's House of Shame. We've got Tom Sawyer doing Writer's Block, which is 2 totally different shows, and I know I'm going to be announcing a new addition to the dark hours, maybe Friday or Saturday. So I'm really excited about that. So we've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I haven't checked Twitch TV out in a few years, but it was maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. I knew that they didn't like and they didn't want anybody that wasn't a gamer on Twitch TV. But the way you said, things have changed. So
things have changed, and I am a gamer, so it's pretty cool because not only will I do the dark hours on there, I'll also be gaming. I'll also be playing my games on there for people to watch.
You're gonna be the Queen of Darkness?
I'll be the Queen of Darkness over there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my gaming name over there, and people may laugh, but my gaming name over there is Meat Sweats.
Meat Sweats.
Meat Sweats. So it's Meat Sweats. And then I've got another one. I don't know if that one's on Twitch. That one might be, because I've also got, oh God, what is it called? God, it's where you download the games. I can't think of the name of it now. But I downloaded a game yesterday called Doki Doki. And Steven, what this is new stuff, and I'm playing this for a reason. For maybe future productions with my company, I'm playing this game for a reason because it's really cool, Steven. It's where you read a story. You're not actually gaming. You're reading the story, and you're picking out directions that you want to go in your story. And apparently, I won't go Google this, but apparently Doki Doki, I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry for gamers out there, but it is supposed to be a really intense horror game. And it's like a graphic novel that you actually play. So I'm not going to say much, but I'm doing this for a reason. So I'm crossing my fingers because, you know, the whole Netflix thing with the stalking monster graphic novel and all this stuff. So I'm opening the door to a bunch of different things. So this is pretty cool. So I've been doing Doki Doki ever since yesterday. And I'm really enjoying it because it's a story that you do. It's starting out really slow and really bubblegum type thing. But it's supposed to be an intense horror game or, you know, interactive horror story that you're involved in. And when I signed up, it says if you suffer from depression, anxiety, thoughts of suicide, and you're disturbed by certain images,
you better not play this game.
So I was like, damn, this is right up my alley. You know, so I was like, cool, I'm playing this. So I sat down yesterday and started messing around with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really cool because I am a hardcore gamer. I do love to game. And I've done a lot of games, Dynasty Warriors and BioShock and MOH and Killzone. Like I said, I love those, you know, being first-person shooter. And I've actually been online playing with other people doing this.
I've only seen it one time. Never done it myself, but I've seen it played one time. I don't know, it's just not my thing either.
Well, you know, Steven, people pay to watch these gamers play, and they make hundreds of dollars a day.
Jeez.
Everyone's like, wow, why are people doing this? But people go and play to watch football. People go, if you're a redneck, people go to pay to watch people wrestle in their underwear.
NASCAR, yeah. Wrestling.
And NASCAR. So it's no different, really. It's kind of like sport.
Yeah, they pay for basketball, football,
Yeah.
baseball, hockey, all the sports, they get it all.
Yep. And so gaming is really no different. If that's something, if that's your hobby, if that's what you like to do, there's nothing wrong. And a lot of these gaming conventions that you go to, God, Stephen, they're like the biggest that you can go to. Like Blizzard, they've got their own gaming convention that you can go to. And these things are really, really popular. There's a lot of gamers out there. And so I'm going to incorporate my gaming with my writing, my podcast, and maybe other things. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
How's that going to go now? Okie dokie, dokie dokie.
We'll see. I just started it yesterday. So we'll see how that works out. I'm sitting there and it says, check this out, Stephen. It's like these little Chinese girls that are so cute. They're like lollipop suckers, pigtails, and all this stuff at the beginning of the game. And so I'm in a poetry contest right now, and it's saying, so pick out these words for your poetry. So I've been doing my poetry, and it's got 16 words that you pick out, and I pick out these words like massacre, murder, torture, and all this stuff. And I'm like, I was thinking about it yesterday on my second poetry, and I'm like, I'm gonna end up in someplace dark because of the words that I'm picking. But that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what happens.
And I could just see it now. You're gonna write some kind of a dark novel about a gamer.
About a gamer? Something. I mean, not to say what it was, Stephen, because I don't want people to know yet, but I sent Stephen something that I'm working on a few days ago, and he actually listened to a particular song. We won't say who it is, what song it is, but Stephen said it's pretty dark what I'm working on with this other mini-series.
Me, Stephen, or the other Stephen?
You, Stephen. Remember I sent you
yes.
the lyrics to a song?
Yes.
And you read it, and you were like, yeah, that's pretty dark.
Yeah, that's well, I read in between the lines there. I think I said sinister, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yeah. And then when I sent what I wrote, you said, yeah, that's what I saw.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I was talking to Philly the other day, and I said, Philly, I'm kind of not so much horror now as I am like a psychological true crime thriller. And it's weird because I told you a long time ago I wanted to go to like true crime. So what I'm doing is I'm incorporating both of those and putting them into psychological thriller, true crime, horror. I'm doing a little bit of everything and putting it in one book, which is really, really cool. And it really messes with you. Like I sent Philly The Ridge, and I kept calling him, and I was like, Philly, have you finished The Ridge yet? And he's like, God, it's dark. And I said, I know. I know. And Philly's like, I don't want to read that. It's dark,
I'm the same way. I don't want to read it either,
Well, if anything, if you guys don't want to read it, at least I'm getting the response that I want. So it helps me with future projects. But I've got so many things going on, Stephen. You know that. I talked to you today. We're moving forward with other things even. And it's just taken off like I never thought it would, to be honest with you.
Well, it's taken off like you hoped it would, but never imagined it would.
Right. And that's what's happening right now. And I'm so happy. And I just want to say thank you to my followers out there, to the fans, people who have bought books. I know a lot of people are going over to Amazon and buying stuff instead of TressaGraves.com. I get sales at TressaGraves.com. And I'm honest with people, And, it's pretty cool to know that people are searching you out in two different spots, like my website. And by the way, I updated my website. I updated the dark hours and stuff. And if it wasn't for Stephen Roberts, it was his idea to have me do my own podcast. I had never thought about it. So if it wasn't for me meeting Stephen Roberts, I would have never have had a podcast and had this much success and this way of advertising and doing the stuff that we're doing. So Stephen gets all the credit for me even doing the podcast because I had never thought about doing it before. So you guys can thank him if you're enjoying any of the shows over there.
I get an attaboy, do I?
You do. You do, yeah. So, but I'm just happy in the direction that things are going. I'm free. I can advertise. I can do what I need to do to get things moving. So I'm really happy about that.
Yep. Well, that's good. I am too.
And it's because of Steve. It's because of people like Stephen Roberts, Philip Ossenmacher, Sam. I mean, just everyone sticking beside me, pushing me when I was at my low with the stalking and all this, because I was at a point where I wanted to quit. I was too scared to move forward. And I'm just thankful that I have these, you know, we are at TGP, we're a tight family. Stephen knows that. Philly knows that, you know. We're just a tight family over here, and we got things moving the way we need to. Everyone's on the same page, and that's what's going to make success in the end.
Indeed.
Is us getting so close.
Indeed.
Yeah. So that's about it. That's, you know, I just wanted to give everyone an update on the Twitch thing, and I've got more news coming. You know, I'll probably have updates every week now with so much that's going on. So I'm really excited. So thank you, Stephen, for producing another Dark Hours for me.
Oh, well, thank you.
I love you to death.
All right, thanks. And until next time, everyone.